What is up, guys? Welcome back to a wonderful episode of the By the Wayside Coffee Fantasy Show. As you can see, I am not in the studio, meaning that I have a webcam up there, my laptop here, no recording audio, so we're using the laptop. I am at my parents' house this morning. But let's just get into the show. I want to say, first off, thank you to our wonderful sponsor, By the Wayside Coffee. Make sure you follow them on social. They'll obviously be tagged and everything, as well as check them out. Best coffee I've ever had, best people I've ever met. I also want to say congratulations, because if you're watching this, pretty good chance that you made the playoffs. Good for you. Not an easy feat every year. Making the playoffs is something you should be proud of, whether or not you limped in like I did with a losing record or found your way to 2 first-seeded bye weeks like I also did. So a lot of ups this year, a lot of downs this year. Let's get into how we can help you win round 1 of the playoffs, though. All right, let's start with the one that's closest to home. James Conner, Juju Smith-Schuster are both out against the Arizona Cardinals today. What that means for me is that I like Deontay Johnson and James Washington to have their normal workload, meaning that James Washington's your big play guy. We'll see if he's more covered by Patrick Peterson in that secondary, but the Cardinals team is nothing we should be fearing right now. On the other side of things, with James Conner out once again, I love Benny Snell. Jalen Samuels has always been my backup. He's always been a great fantasy football backup. The problem is the Steelers have started to use Snell more because they resemble Connor's game a little bit more. I still see Samuels getting to work out of the backfield, and if they go Wildcat, that will be Jalen Samuels. But Benny Snell should get the meaningful touches based on the fact that he had a really, really strong game last week. Once again, just because, he is. AJ Green's out again against the Browns. That game should be interesting for me because the Bengals team, I don't know if they're looking to lose. It's basically Burrow for Burrow, I think, is basically how I'm going to go with it at this point. Greg Olsen is out against the Falcons. It's one of those things where he's pretty much a security blanket for a lot of people when it comes to fantasy, so having him out sucks. I do like that Carolina Panthers versus Atlanta Falcons game. I believe it will be high scoring. Both defenses are a little shaky, but Greg Olsen will not go today. Redskins against the Packers. Trey Quinn and Paul Richardson are both out for the Redskins, meaning that Dwayne Haskins will heavily rely on rookie Terry McLaurin. Adam Thielen is out against the Lions, as well as Matt Stafford is out against the Vikings. The reason this is important is that Kirk Cousins has been looking good. He's actually been looking like a quarterback that's going to throw the ball. So for Thielen to be out again, it's just stressful. But it looks like Diggs will have a good day. And possibly, as I say every other week, play both Vikings tight ends. They both have a role, especially Kyle Rudolph, who has turned offensive late. T.Y. out this week. Same with Adam Vinatieri. I will say, though, if you are worried about Adam Vinatieri being out, you did not make the playoffs because the dude has been atrocious. You probably haven't checked your lineup. But with T.Y. out, I like Zach Pascal. This could be some sort of breakout game against Paris Campbell, especially considering that they are playing the Tampa Bay Bucks. Damian Williams out for the Chiefs versus the Patriots. On the other side of the ball, you have Julian Edelman and Mohamed Sanu both questionable. That team went through a flu situation. Personally, I think both of them play. I think Julian Edelman has a big day. But Damian Williams, for me, big disappointment. If you drafted him, you probably took him in the 2nd to 3rd round, and he has been a complete bust this year. I like Darrell Williams today, but I think that they really, really, really lean on Shady McCoy. And then they'll get another running back in the draft next year. Shameless plug on my mock draft if you haven't seen it yet. Josh Jacobs is questionable against the Titans for the Raiders today. The reason that is significant, he's been one of the best players in fantasy. First Raiders rookie to rush for 1,000 yards. The guy has been exactly what we thought he would be coming out of the draft. Hunter Renfrow was out. He had a lacerated kidney or something, or punctured lung. Something where something went inside something else that shouldn't have. But he's out, meaning that Tyrell Williams should get more work, as well as Darren Waller. Darren Waller should have a big day today. Gerald Everett out this week against the Seattle Seahawks. Reason it's significant, Gerald Everett missed last week and Tyler Higbee had a great week. I do not think that the Seattle Seahawks are going to just let Tyler Higbee run all over them, but for red zone possessions, Tyler Higbee is a great option to have. In other news, Austin Hooper's back. A lot of people have been saying, when is Hooper back? When is Hooper back? I personally have no idea. But the nice thing about it is that the Falcons' offense has looked a little bit better. Speaking of other tight ends, Evan Ingram and Rhett Ellison are out once again. I personally do like Tyler Higbee as a fill-in for a lot of these guys. And if Hooper was in your waiver, I hope you got him. Daniel Jones is also out. Significant because that means that Eli Manning is back as the Giants starter. Big news for the New York Jets. Le'Veon Bell is out. Demaryius Thomas has a hamstring. What that means for me is that I don't like any of the Jets this week. Le'Veon Bell being out means Bilal Powell will get the main workload, but Ty Montgomery's also there. They'll probably split a lot, even though Powell might be the guy. But Bell being out is a huge hit for this offense, seeing as he is basically this offense. Here's some guys that I think you should leave by the wayside for the first round of the fantasy playoffs. Number one, I love this guy, but Tevin Coleman against the Saints. Tevin Coleman had a really bad week last week. Hasn't really found form. Had a couple 15-point games recently, but nothing insane. The Saints have a very good defense. I just don't love the matchup for Tevin Coleman. If you have the ability to leave him by the wayside, I would. Next guy, he kind of broke out midseason, but still hasn't, is Christian Kirk for the Arizona Cardinals. Steelers secondary shut down Odell Beckham Jr. last week and have been elite. Top 5 defense. Elite. Wrote a blog about it, got a lot of flack for it. Guess what? I was right. You were wrong. Elite defense. What that means for Christian Kirk is that it's going to be a tough day for them. Next one, and if you know anything about me, I have lots of shares in this guy. Freaking Tyler Lockett. If you have the ability to leave him by the wayside, I just would. Against the Rams, meaning that he'll probably face Jalen Ramsey unless they decide that he's not worth it and they put Jalen Ramsey on DK Metcalf. But Lockett had 0 catches last game, 1 catch the week before. Ever since his leg contusion, just hasn't been the same. I don't know if he gets out of this rump against the LA Rams. All right, guys. That was the By the Wayside fantasy football segment. If you have questions about lineups, you know how to find us. Same thing every week. Text, DM, hit us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is. Head to the website. Look at more head start sits. This is the most important week because if you win now, you have significant momentum and hope to win it all. It is the first round. If you're on a bye week, sit back, grab a beer, enjoy some football. Otherwise, keep playing. And a little PSA here, guys. If you did not make the playoffs, still pick up players on the waiver wire. Still set your lineup. The reason that is significant is that the number 1 seed who's sitting here like me, I'm just looking through players and say that someone pops up on the injury report. I don't know, like how I got Bilal Powell because Le'Veon Bell's out. Personally, for me, if somebody else would have picked him up that's not there, they would have had a higher priority and I wouldn't have got the best player. Just a thought. Thank you guys. Enjoy your football day. We'll catch you soon.